And we're back. Sorry for those listening. It's probably irritating that I have to pause. Anyway, so your belief is directly proportional to what you can bring in. And then if you believe you can get it immediately, then boom, you get it. But if you want to shift something in a big way, you need pattern, you need time and repetition so that your nervous system acclimates to it. Because your nervous system controls everything. It's your gateway to consciousness. So if you believe, let's say, that you can win a pick 3, then you play a pick 3 and you play it until you win, and you have demonstrated that you can do it, and the belief in yourself, your belief grows. Your nervous system acclimates and metabolizes. So then you go to maybe the state lottery, and then you go to the big ones. So that's how that would work. And it works the same way when you are wanting to heal your body. It works the same way if you want to shift your reality in a big time or in a big way. You have to believe. And I think everybody has probably wished, tried, wanted things and it never happened. It's because you're going from A to Z and you have nothing in the middle. And so your nervous system doesn't believe it. There's no evidence for it. It doesn't know how to create your reality based on no data. And this is the biggest thing. I think that when I get into math, I know it's kind of hard to understand, but your reality goes off your frequency, but then it only can pull from what you have experience in. So if you do not have the experience for your belief to pull it from, it doesn't have anything to go and get. And I know it's the quantum unified field, and I know that you can get anything you want, but that is like a different process. For this process that I'm talking about, this way to upgrade your belief, there is nothing for you to pull from. So you can't go from A to Z because you don't know what that looks like, and you are the same. So if your reality mirrors your internal state and you don't change anything to move in that direction, then you can't create a new one off the same data, the old data. So for healing, you need belief. First, you need to believe in yourself that you can do it. And if you're not connected to yourself, you need to start there. But if you are connected to yourself and you have a good rapport where you can hear yourself think, where you can trust your answers and things like that, then you move on to this step. And this step is looking for evidence for your brain and nervous system to believe that healing, spontaneous healing, is possible. So you look up those stories. That builds some belief right there because you see it in other people. You feel like you can do it too. That's just psychology. Once you have that, then you start working on commanding yourself. You start working on talking to your body, and you start working on visualization of you healed and what that looks like. And then you physically start to take action towards that goal, because you're making changes. All of this that I'm talking about is change. And you're making these changes so that your reality making machine has something to pull from. And you can use your imagination, your visualization, and this is where the quantum field comes in. When you use your visualization, you're pulling from the quantum field. So then it has data to create reality with. So you start with connecting to yourself and building your belief. And you're going to have to build belief in yourself too, because your belief is directly proportional to your outcome. So if you don't believe that you can do this, you start with looking for the evidence, but you also have to talk to yourself. I can do this. Talk to your body. It takes repetition and it takes time. It's basically like hypnosis for your mind and neural entrainment. And this may be like the long way to China. And I know that people want, fast results. But what I'm talking about is what I did and what's measurable for me. I have spontaneous big things. Those have happened as well. But this is something that I can track, that I can measure, and that I know works. So, because it's your nervous system and your brain and science. And I'm a science person. Before all the spirit stuff, science and medicine. Spirit stuff came way later and it was super hard for me to accept. Okay? But I did. Anyway. If you want to shift your reality in a big way, Same thing. You have to do the research to see that it's possible, and then start growing the belief that you have in yourself that you're able to do this and that this can actually happen. And it takes repetition. And you can use the tools of entrainment, like the binaural beats, and looking at yourself during the white room exercise. And along with the white room exercise, I also have one where you imagine who you are underneath everything. You build your avatar and then you step into it. And building your avatar is the same thing that you do in the white room exercise, except you're doing it to yourself instead of the room. That's why it's step 2 of the white room exercise. Because the white room, you practice visualization till you get it right, and then you start imagining what you are in your avatar, and then you step into that, and then you show up in the present, in the physical, as that avatar every day. And that's what shifts everything. So, I know this was a shorter episode. That's okay. Let me see if I missed anything. But I guess I just need to tell you that everything comes from you. And to recap, I guess we'll talk about the beginning, frequency, the ringing in your ears, a reminder to check in with yourself and how you're feeling, process those feelings, and then shift into a happier state on purpose. And if you don't know what that feels like, then think of a memory and how you felt, one of your happiest memories, and hold it. That's what it feels like. And the more that you shift out of that and the more practice you get, the easier it'll become until you are in the higher frequency all the time. It's literally your brain growing new connections, and it takes time. So also, to help you, tools, listening to the frequencies, the higher frequencies with binaural beats, so that you are entraining your brain while you are opening yourself up to that feeling. You can also use this while you're looking in the mirror. You can also use this while you're in the white room. And then you can also use it when you are trying to build belief in yourself to shift reality in a big way. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.